welcome to a beautiful sunny morning, which has just put me in the best mood. I'm gonna have a super productive day. I've done some morning stretches, I've made myself a coffee. Iced coffee seems very appropriate for today just because it looks like a beautiful, fresh summer's day. It was a bit weird this morning because I actually woke up alone because Elliot went off to New York at 5 a.m. this morning. He's gonna have the most insane trip. He's away for a week and it's just gonna be absolutely incredible. He's gone with one of his best mates who's been to New York a few times before, and to say I'm jealous is an absolute understatement. I absolutely love New York, and I've only been, basically when I was 18, straight after I finished school, I went to Philadelphia to basically play squash. I was gonna go to uni in America, so I kind of went to sort of train out there, play competitions, visit colleges, and my old squash coach had moved out there. And during my time in Philly, I went to New York probably about 3 times, but I pretty much no money at the time, so I didn't do half the stuff that I would love to do if I went now. I remember one of the times that I went, we just got this like little tiny hostel room with bunk beds, but considering that, we still had just the absolute most incredible experience, and I'm just desperate to go again. The only thing I've actually got planned today, apart from it being a normal working day, is I'm gonna go and get my nails done. I don't know what to get done because I actually have been loving the nails that I've got at the moment. I could almost get the same thing, but I feel like that's just really, really boring. Also, my nail person, Abby, she just does the most incredible like nail art, and my friend Megan actually goes to her as well. But yeah, she does like the most insane nail art, and I always say to her, like, when I come, she must be like, oh, this is gonna be so boring. I feel like with nail art, I just like a little something on them, like simple with a little pattern. Jewelry that I've got on, by the way, I think I've actually been wearing this for the last couple of videos, but it's from a brand called By Ray. These earrings are also from them, and their jewelry is waterproof, and I've been absolutely loving wearing these necklaces and not taking them off in the shower. Like, the only thing with gold-plated jewelry, I just find the fact that you have to do that so frustrating, otherwise it goes silver after a while. It's actually a little chilly in this house when I'm not doing stretching or any kind of movement. I actually started my day off with some stretching, which you saw before. Something I'm just really trying to do, I would say most days. I don't put pressure on myself to do them every single day, but mobility for me is not my strong point, which I do find quite funny because I did ballet and tap and modern dance until I was 17. I actually find that hilarious because I can't dance and I'm not naturally flexible, and honestly, it's one of those things that I will say to my parents, like, why didn't you just tell me that I wasn't good at it? I got a very exciting delivery this morning, and I think it's gonna be a new, well, in fact, I don't even know if it's a new product, but I think it's a new product. So Pentire is the brand of non-alcoholic, I would say like non-alcoholic spirits. It actually says that on the box. Botanical non-alcoholic spirits. Great description from me. You might recognize the bottles because I've had 2 of them before and they've been in our little like bar area. But one of my lovely friends actually works for this company, and she basically said, we'll send you another little care package because I've now gone through both bottles of it. Oh, I just love it. I really, really love it. I get the same feeling from it that I do from a gin and tonic, and I'm such a gin and tonic lover. And recently I haven't really been drinking so much just because my priority has been on rehab. If I've been drinking, it's been like a drink or a couple of drinks. I'm not able at the moment to balance going out, getting really drunk at the weekend, waking up really hungover, and also trying to absolutely just get my body like completely back to normal. And to be in the place that I'm in now with my mindset and my body, I can't be taking it for granted. I'm so appreciative of being in the phase that I'm in right now. I keep waking up in the morning and I genuinely feel like there's been a cloud over my head that's just moved past my brain. And it's just the best feeling ever. So me and alcohol right now, just basically I'm taking a little bit more of like a measured approach to it. Anyway, massive tangent as always. We've got 3 new bottles of Pentire, which I'm absolutely buzzing for. This one is the Seaward one. To be honest, the 2 that I've tried, and I think there's another new one in here, are just absolutely lovely. They suggest serving over ice with tonic or soda, garnish with rosemary or citrus peel. I actually put either rosemary, which I did on Easter Sunday, which was lovely, and also a slice of dried orange in there, which I actually need to restock, but I've got those sat in our little bar area. And then this is Coastal Spritz, which I haven't tried yet, and I'm so excited to because it's giving me like Aperol vibes. I'm sure it's not gonna taste like Aperol, but definitely that kind of vibe. What a lovely like orangey red color. And then the other thing is, oh, mini margaritas. Well, I love a margarita. Dash of spicy margarita. Oh my gosh. I am so excited for these. So you literally serve this over ice. Wow, I'm so excited. And then it also came in a box with some Fever Tree tonic. So for any of my friends watching, if you're coming round to my house this summer, we're gonna be serving the most incredible Pentire and tonic alcohol-free drinks. Little bar area all stocked up with my Pentire. Just how gorgeous are these bottles as well. And then I've put the margaritas up here. But yeah, I feel like this area is just really, really coming together, and the more people that come to the house, the more bottles of wine we seem to accumulate, which makes this look a lot more full. This salad full of leftovers, and I've actually got chicken in here today. Not that I eat chicken very often, but we had a lot left over in the fridge that was already cooked in the air fryer yesterday. So I've added it to a salad, and I have put quite a lot of fresh basil in here because I've got a basil plant, and basil with avocado and chicken I just think is so, so good. Like Pret do a chicken avocado sandwich, which is just, oh, I love it. I shaved some Parmesan as well with a cheese grater, tomato, lettuce, green beans. What else is in here? Some spring onion. And then I just used up some leftover dressing that I had. So it's kind of like a sort of healthier chicken Caesar salad sort of thing in this absolutely ginormous bowl. I don't know if you can see how big this bowl is for scale, but I'm gonna tuck into that. Guys, it's actually a few days later and I'm filming this after what has been just a hectic weekend, to say the least. I don't even know if I sat down and chatted about this in my vlog, but I have chatted to probably like 5 of my friends about this, and it's hilarious because I've done the exact opposite over the weekend. But when I came back from Amsterdam, one of the things that I said that I was going to do is to plan less in my weekend, make sure I have like a day and an evening at home, just chill a bit more. I'm guilty of planning things every day of the weekend and like multiple plans on one day sometimes, which is just absolutely ridiculous. What did I do this weekend? Plan way too much stuff, but it was all incredibly fun and I'm really glad that I went to all of it. There wasn't a single thing I would have been okay missing out on. 2 of my friends are moving to Lisbon in a few days, so I had a leaving thing for them. I stayed over in London after that at one of my uni girls' houses. I woke up the next morning, went for a coffee with another friend. I then went to Brighton for a friend's birthday and got back to mine, which took a long time because I don't live anywhere near Brighton. Woke up the next morning to get picked up at 7 AM by Megan and Niall to go into London to watch Niall's marathon. He did so well. The bits that we saw him, it was just really great. And then afterwards we had a dinner. But wow, London for the London Marathon, I mean, it's just a lot. It's a lot. We'd totally underestimated how busy and just the tube queues by the tube station were gonna be. We so naively were like, oh, we'll drop him off, we'll go for brunch, and we were also with Carl and Megan's mum as well. Oh, were we wrong? Sorry, Elliot's just FaceTiming me. Hello.
Hello, you okay?
Yeah, I'm just vlogging, so I was like, Elliot's just FaceTiming me.
Oh yeah, just thought I'd call you quickly.
Right, I can't even remember what I was saying now. But anyway, today is Tuesday. Absolutely killed my physio session today. Also really exciting because my physio, Mark, asked me to rate where I was at in my like recovery journey. I had to really think about it because on the one hand, I'm like, wow, I've made so much progress in the last however many weeks. And then we agreed that 10 would be able to play a squash match again because that's like my ultimate goal. But before that comes being able to go on a run because I need to be able to go on a run, of course, before I play a squash match because squash is basically running with like plyometric lunges and just craziness and like unpredictability. So if like doing a sort of half-hour outdoor run is an 8, then me at the point where we've just started doing some plyometric exercises, which are like jumping movements, alongside like a 3.5-minute run I'm on currently in the gym, I was like, I think I would say I'm at a 5 or a 6. And he basically said, right, well, let's get you to an 8. So he thinks because of how everything's been going and like not getting too much discomfort after my sessions and just the way everything's progressing, that in like a week and a half, I'll be able to do my first outdoor run, which I'm just absolutely buzzing for. I've been craving that feeling, just, yeah, I absolutely cannot wait. I'm actually going to Manchester tomorrow I'm actually going up to look after my dogs because my dad's going away and we don't like to put them into kennels. Well, in fact, we've never put them into kennels. But it's just a little awkward because neither me or my sister live anywhere near my dad. I'm going up there tomorrow after an event that I've got in London. So I thought today, because it's my last day at home until Monday, I thought we could commence with the wardrobe sorting out. So let's head upstairs. Also, I used my like thicker waver thing on my hair this morning and I really like how it's turned out, although I think I need a bit more hairspray because it's just a little on the floppy side. This is one of the pairs of joggers that I kept during the wardrobe clear out that I literally haven't worn for so long. But they're actually a vintage Nike pair, which I've actually had for years. They've got this cool like burgundy stripe down the side. But they are obviously actually really quite big for me. But I think with the waistband folded over, they look quite cool. So refound these, and because I've not got too much in my wardrobe now, I can actually see everything that I've kept. So yeah, just put them on with this sloggy black top, which is super comfy. It's actually a thermal top, so I'm like a really good temperature in it. Obviously paired with my hilarious little fluffy slippers that we got in Switzerland, which I actually never take off. I just absolutely love them, and I'm gutted that when it gets too warm, I'm gonna have to put them away until the winter. I've actually made some big progress in this room over the last few days. And I probably should have filmed a bit more of it than I actually ended up doing. I've actually had a few evenings where I've just sort of got stuck into some folding. The only thing I'm a little unsure about, I know I spoke through moving around this room, but I believe that the only plug sockets in this whole room are these absolutely ridiculous ones just in the middle of the wall, which makes no sense to me. But there did used to be a TV there, which is why there's this very unattractive wall situation going on. That would mean that if I move my desk to where this chest of drawers is, that there wouldn't actually be anywhere to plug my laptop in, which is obviously a massive pain. And also to get a cable there, it would literally just have to go across the middle of the floor, which is also not ideal. So I could maybe consider putting my mirror sort of here, covering the wall situation, and then moving my desk so it's against this wall here. And I know you can't see what I'm doing right now, but I will obviously show you. Right, just gonna give you an idea of how we're looking at the moment. So obviously you walk in and this is the desk mirror situation, which is just not working for me. I just find that this is too convenient for me to just place things on, and then I never actually end up working from the desk really, if I'm honest. Then the windowsill, which is looking a little bit messy at the moment, but that's kind of where I've got those two baskets of beauty products. that kind of works. Obviously, I prefer to not have them sat on the windowsill. This basket, which is quite useful, has got like a lot of my shoes in, that little stool, which doesn't usually live there, but I use that to access like the higher points of my wardrobe. And this is how this bit's looking at the moment. So chest of drawers, which I'm really not a massive fan of. And then this is the view from this side. Obviously ignore the kind of clutter. This is a very not sorted out room. But yeah, what I was originally thinking is this chest of drawers to go there, and then I can have my desk maybe in this area. But the cable situation, like having chargers just kind of coming across the floor, is just obviously far from ideal. So if we look at it from this way, I'm thinking that I put my desk under the window and see if that works. Obviously it's a lot easier to feed a cable down that way. I can probably do that quite subtly, and then move that mirror probably to that wall. This mirror again is something that I will definitely replace at some point when we actually do up this room, but for now I'm thinking I could actually use it to cover those cables, because that's obviously the bit that really annoys me. But the desk is really light, so I can actually try moving that myself and try it under the window. I feel like it might actually be a little bit too tall, which might look a bit strange. Or alternatively, I could try and put it across this wall, because I think it will also fit there. Right, so wardrobe clear out. This is how we're looking. To me, this is just incredibly satisfying. Everything in here are just items that I actually want to select from, and I love that it's just easy to access. I mean, I do feel slightly like I'm wasting a bit of space here, but inevitably, obviously, I will get more clothes over time, and it might be that some of those jumpers that I put under the bed, actually, I can probably just keep here instead. But very easy to get to, clear, concise. Then this is this next section. So these two things I definitely need to have a look through and just clear out, or just figure out what's inside them. Then this is how we're looking in the drawers. So I think pretty good. I mean, I can make them a tiny bit neater, but the reality is tops are never gonna stay really neat, are they? So we've got lots of little tops here, and then some more sort of chunkier ones there. This one, again, look how much space I've got now. I've got a whole box with absolutely nothing in. So might be in future that I sort of rethink the positioning of this if I have got some empty space. But those are long sleeve tops, and then t-shirts in this bit, and again, some nice empty space. Overall, I'm happy with how this bit's looking. Then gym wear wise, we are doing so well. So these, I believe, are all my sports bras. Might have a couple in the wash, but a lovely selection, ones that I actually wear, just really, really happy with that. It's funny how it's just ended up being quite specific tones, like green, blue, and some kind of purple nude ones. I'm not really sure what that's about. Maybe they're just like my colors and I didn't realize it. Then in this one, we've got tops. Actually looks like I've got a lot of those still, but when I start playing squash again, I will realize just quite how many I need, because I usually go through like one of those a day and I don't want to constantly be doing lots of washing. Some long sleeve tops, and then shorts, literally just capped ones that I know I'm going to get the wear out of. And lastly, leggings with some really decent empty space. Then this one has got 3 coats that are on my Depop, a couple of dresses. It's kind of a bit of a miscellaneous one. So yeah, I actually feel like we've done really, really well. I mean, I think we've done really well. And if you went over to my Depop from my last video, you might have realized that not everything was up there yet. And one of my tasks today is actually to get the rest of the stuff up. I'm just enjoying having fewer options. Right, this is option 1 under the window, and I really can't figure out whether I love it or hate it. Like, it's a really nice space to imagine myself working from. that's what I look out onto, which is just absolutely lovely. And I could already feel myself really drawn to this. And this is how this section looks. So I could put the mirror there and I could actually move it up slightly more. So it's just covering that whole situation, which is ideal. I don't know whether it looks really strange to me because I've just never seen it like this or whether it actually just looks really strange. Like in an ideal world, I wouldn't have a windowsill and then the desk against it. I'm actually really not sure, but there's no point stressing over it because I can move it in about 30 seconds. So I think what I'm gonna do is set up my desk here. I also quite like that I can chat to you guys having you set up at my desk, and it's quite nice, like natural lighting. Do you know what? Looking out this window while you're working is just a huge bonus. I might do that, you know. Also, one of the things that I'm not massively keen on about this desk is that it's quite narrow. Like I love the desk itself and it's great and I love the length of it, but it's quite a narrow desk. So having the windowsill actually kind of gives me like an extra little bit of desk as well. I'm actually gonna have a matcha this afternoon and I haven't had a matcha for a while. I'm actually really running low on it. I need a little extra energy. The last few nights since Elliot hasn't been here, I've actually been trying to go to bed a lot earlier. And I have a bit of a barrier with going to bed before 11. Like there's something in me that's like, oh, just watch a video and like make the use of the time. But then I'm also like, obviously then I can get up feeling a lot fresher and just have slept a lot better. But yeah, I've really struggled to do so. Been putting on the sleep podcast at 10:30 since Elliot's been gone, and I'm just hoping he'll get in this routine with me when we get back. And then I've actually been sleeping really well. But if I have a coffee in the afternoon, like depending on what time in the afternoon, like too late in the afternoon, I'm not sleepy when it comes to bedtime, which is just a bit of a pain. I can't even describe to you, since I have made some adjustments to my diet and just am eating so many more whole foods, I can't even tell you like the difference in my energy levels. Like it's actually wild. Like I'm not saying I don't ever get tired, because I definitely do, but just my balance in like tiredness throughout the day and week is just crazy. Like I just feel so fresh. I'm trying to base like pretty much every part of my meal, and I think you guys will have noticed this, but off just foods as close to their natural state as possible. And because I'm doing so much meal prep, and when I'm actually making things that take a long time, I'm making double the portion, like the pistachio pesto that I made for lunch. I know I'm also going to take that on the same salad as I ate today on the train tomorrow. I'm not spending any more time doing it. It's not costing me any more money to do. I'm just making like different choices, and my gut health has just honestly never felt better. But sorry, massive tangent there. I'm actually gonna make a matcha in the milk frother. Right, so we've got a little bit of water that's kind of, well, it's just out of the tap, but it's pretty warm water. Then a teaspoon of matcha. Lid on, and then we're just gonna put that on, honestly, any of the settings just for a minute, just to get the matcha going. And then I'm gonna fill it with milk, with oat milk, and then this, what's it called? Milk frother has actually got a cold iced setting on it, so that's what I'm gonna be using. So we've got our matcha base there. And then for oat milk, I'm actually gonna use a mixture of this Minor Figures one, which is really nice, but this is the light one, which is honestly just like half oat milk, half water, basically. Way too watery to make drinks actually taste nice. It'd be probably quite good for smoothies. And then the Oatly Barista one, which is really nice and thick, and Elliot's obsessed with this one. This one we were buying all through Amsterdam. But this one it does have like a little bit of added oil, which means it froths really nicely and it tastes nice. I mean, I don't mind the fact it's got a bit of oil in. I know some people really freak out about that, but I drink so little of it in a day, it's really not a problem. But yeah, I'm actually gonna mix the two of them. Then we'll get that back on there and put it on the cold setting. And it actually gives you like a really nice cold froth. So I'm really excited for this. Some cubes of ice. Probably should have done a bit more milk, to be honest. I keep making a half glass in these glasses completely by accident. I've no idea why. I'm just getting my quantities wrong every single time. Then a little squeeze of sweetness. This is agave, which just needs using up because it's really on its last legs. Yeah, that is a seriously good matcha. Matcha is one of those things that people that don't like it think it's just absolutely horrible. They're like, it tastes like earth. And then people that do like it are just so on the hype. I feel like it's one of those things that just like really, really splits opinion. So in here, I've managed to create a little section. I actually usually just use this for trainers, but I've created a little section for my hair, you know, like electronic things. And in doing so, I have actually come across quite a few pairs of trainers that I just don't wear anymore. So these, which are actually a really lovely pair of trainers, they're really nice and chunky, but I just don't wear them, to be honest. So they're gonna go up on my Depop alongside, I've got 3 pairs of, I never know if you call them, sorry, this random head massager thing that I found in the background. Supergas or I'm gonna call them Supergas. But I've got a cream pair, which I've actually never worn outside. Maybe I have one time. I can't even remember when that was. They're in literal perfect condition. All these are in a size 5. And then this pair, which I used to wear quite a lot, which you could actually just whack these in the washing machine in like a little net bag. But they're not in bad condition at all, to be honest. Really cool pair, and then black pair, and then also Vans, which have always been a bit too big for me. So if you're a 5.5 or 6 and you want a pair of Vans to wear in the gym, these would be absolutely perfect. I actually might buy a pair of Vans just like this to wear for leg day in the gym, because I don't have any leg day trainers at the moment. Right, this is a tour of my little study wardrobe room in its semi-finished state until we come up with more of a plan for it. But I actually think this layout is just so much better. Like, it feels like there's actual just floor space, and it definitely works better. It also feels a lot bigger, which is strange because I've obviously not actually removed a lot from it. But I just think this, yeah, there's something about it that just works a lot better. And I like that I can actually put a gym outfit on or something on in the morning and actually see what I look like in the mirror, rather than having this like cramped situation over here. Right guys, I'm gonna sign off this video, and this is the end of my big wardrobe clear out accidental mini series. I've just taken photos of so much more stuff to go up on my Depop. I feel like I've truly had just a massive clear out, and I feel like fresh mind, fresh space, a lot more content with everything. Do you know what? I actually love this as a desk setup, and I feel like I'm probably gonna end up vlogging from here quite often. Anyway, I'm gonna head off because I need to pack to go up to Manchester and finish off some work for the day. But please subscribe if you do want to stick around for some more videos. There'll be another one up on Sunday, and I'll see you in that one. Bye.